broadcast live. See this right here? Let's talk to them. This is a story about a man who loved his wife, but it's not just a story.
What's up, y'all? This is Loot Life King Loot Slikour, and welcome to Slikour Onlife. This is possibly my last episode, but you know, anything can change. You never know what might happen. I was only supposed to do this in August, and now it's September. Anyway, I'm hanging out with my almost last guest. She's really so cool, so much fun, so much energy, got the sweetest smile, and just like zoomed into my life unexpectedly the other day in a good way. Her name is Spokenpriestess. You've seen her handle, you've heard her on radio. You've seen her all over hip-hop events. You've seen her in music videos as well. I know you did a cameo the other day.
Well, it's not out yet.
It's fine, it's fine. Drop the exclusive. You're in a video.
Yeah.
So are you a vixen or what?
No. I literally like appeared for like 5 seconds.
That's fine. That's
yeah.
something. Y'all
better show me that Manu World Star, like your career is gonna end if I'm not like appearing properly in that video.
Also send an invoice because you know, that's your face, that's your life, that's
how
you.
much food?
You know what I mean?
These are
Get this money. Are you well, Mama? Are you good?
I'm great, and you?
I'm good, thank you.
This is so awesome. Like I'm on the balcony and I'm not eating lunch.
Yes.
You know, like I'm actually being interviewed.
Because this is your workspace.
Yeah, this is my workspace. This is so weird. Yeah.
So let's talk about how you got involved in Slikour Onlife.
You know, a lot of people. First of all, can I just say that when people saw that I was here, they're like, "Oh, that's amazing! That's your next transition into, you know, in your career." And I was like, "It's not that deep." I was washing the dishes one time.
Wow.
Slikour called me. I remember the moment. I was washing the dishes after work. I was working at Kai FM at the time,
yes.
2016. And Slikour called me saying, at first I thought I was seeing things. I was like, Slikour? Okay. But I usually call him for stuff or whatever the case may be. He called me and he's like, so I was thinking, I need you to come run the site, you know, help me with the site, whatever. I just said yes. I was like, yeah, sure.
Shoot, right then and there.
Yeah, I was just like, yeah, sure. He's like, yeah, obviously you have to think about it and we'll talk about it. I was like, oh. It's a yes from me. There's nothing to think about.
Because content is your thing, right? You've been doing content for like 5FM, for Kai FM.
Yeah.
Were you doing content when you were on UJ back in the day as well? Shoo.
So, but I think also just the hip hop thing, you know? He was like, come run the site. I was like, yeah, sure. Let's go. I had no idea what that entailed. I had no idea what that meant. I didn't even know what my role was. I was just like, yeah, let's go.
Let's talk about content creation. You know, a lot of people think they can be producers, or a lot of people think that they can just write and, oh yeah, I can like write up what I think about an album, and so I could just slap it onto a site. But there's a lot of skill that goes into it, you know what I mean? So do you have like an educational background where you learned about writing, obviously journalism as well, because that comes into play. You can't just decide, oh, let me just write a review and keep it moving. But what's your background with creative writing and of course journalism, and incorporating that with your love for hip-hop?
I mean, you know, sorry, I have my shades on because like I didn't want to.
The future's bright. Yeah,
no, because I didn't want to like squint the whole time, but like I'm not a shades person, so I'll just like look sideways. I feel like obnoxious because you can't see my eyes. But I don't have an educational background.
Shout out to the real. That's what's up.
You know, but I want to make eye contact. I don't have an educational background in like writing per se. Yeah. But I have a very great affinity with English. I always joke around saying I've got a master's in English because that's how. Yeah, that's how. No. I don't want to sound crazy, but like that's how good I am at the language. Right. I'm very proficient in English, so I think that's where my strong point comes in with the writing. I studied marketing communication and PR. Nice. I actually studied electrical engineering, but that's a story for another day.
Electrical engineering? What were you going through?
Girl, in the beginning.
When you fresh out of high school?
Fresh out of high school, star student, top 3 all your life. Yes, you're an engineer. I will get you a bursary. Let's go. Yeah.
Electrical though. Is there money in it?
Yes, there is.
Mad money.
There's money in engineering, I won't lie.
But what do you do like when you're an electrical engineer? Like, are you busy with the box or
not really. Like it's literally the fundamentals of the volts, the currents, and all those things.
Hectic.
Like proper within the things, you know. But I didn't finish that actually. So
you just went into
I went into PR, went into marketing communications. And that's really my background. Beyond that, I've always been in entertainment itself. So I started radio when I was 17. So as opposed to studying journalism, I had practical experience in the media field. And just absorbing. I think marketing communications has helped me think the way I do about stuff, like strategizing, you know, brand awareness, creativity. So I think in that sense, that's where my content bone comes from my marketing communications. But I think generally I'm an artist. I think if you're creative and if you know how to channel that properly and organize your thoughts in a way that is outstanding, you can do anything you want to do.
So when it comes to hip hop, right, it's always been a genre that hasn't necessarily always been like friendly towards women. Do you know what I mean?
Do you
both
think
as
so,
rappers and in the music as well. So women are very sexualized. You know, women are called bitches, hoes. I mean, I don't know if I mean, this is not television, but like, I feel like y'all know what I mean.
We can't sound like
you know, women are just sort of very objectified, pieces of meat, video vixens, always naked, booty hop, whatever the whole thing around. Even being a video vixen has always been like a negative thing in a video. So with all that in mind, and with all that was happening, you still fell in love with this genre, and you still want to, you know, put your soul into it and write about it and push it forward and be part of the culture. So where do you ever get conflicted when you're doing all of this, or have you gotten to a place of like, it's just the way it is, I'm here to do what I'm here to do, I know where I stand with it, I know who I am, it doesn't really influence how I think and how I feel about myself?
Yes and no. Now more than ever, when I listen to some songs and, you know, people are being so derogative unnecessarily, where it's like, yeah, this hoe, I'm gonna turn her around and I'm gonna slap her ass, and I'm just like, is that really what you're gonna do? Like, like you sat down and you wrote these lyrics, like, and
Maybe
it's your song,
it.
like, and usiras, you know, like, you know, so it's a yes or no thing, because when I started out in hip hop, I started out as a dancer.
Right.
And I remember you and I had a chat like on another platform where I was like, when I started hip hop, I didn't think about I'm a girl. You know, we were dancing, we were cramping, we were pop locking. I didn't ask, so what do the girls do? Right. You know, you fall in line and you pop lock and you join the movement. You know, and only when you grow up you realize that, oh shit, these guys actually hate us. Oops. Okay.
Right.
That's whack. You know, so I'm not gonna try and fight the way it is. But I'm also, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm gonna be listening to you go on and on about, like, it gets tiring.
Yeah.
You know, there's moments where if you're having a club joint and it's like, oh yeah, the bitches are in the building, blah blah blah. It's your ego thing. Another thing is, hip hop is an ego sport. So as a guy, you want to feel like all the girls like you, and meanwhile you're channeling. Perhaps nobody gives a damn about you, but in your song, you the bitch, like you the guy, and all the girls around you. Let's fill them up in the house. That time, half your life you spend alone in the house, you know, it's whatever. So it's an ego thing, it's a channeling thing, and it's so interesting and twisted how if you actually confronted a rapper about some of the stuff they say about women in their music, like, is this really what you really think about women? The answer is probably no. So it begs the question, where does this come from? Where does this kind of projection about women come from, really? And I think then it becomes a bigger conversation beyond me being a female and being on the receiving end. It's about where does it actually come from, and why are we continuing with such a tradition? And also, even when the guys are on, it's like, oh, you know, it's just lyrics. Is it just really lyrics? If it's just lyrics, then why would you use those kind of lyrics as opposed to a different type of lyrics? You know, I think it becomes a bigger conversation than me being like, ah man, you know, rappers must stop.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Music is an expression of who you are, an extension of who you are, I believe. And there's something in music for everyone. These hoes ain't loyal. I love that song. I love that song, and I use it with reference to guys too. Right. You know?
Right.
So that's why I'm saying it's tricky. Yes, no. But for me, my role in hip hop, excuse me, I've got a bad flu. My role in hip hop, I never considered my female. It never. I only started feeling it this year, actually. Wow. In my 10th year in the music industry.
Why? What made you feel the fact that you're female in hip hop?
Because the conversation is so heavy. Like, everyone is so. It's emphasizing the female, women in hip hop. I'm like, what do you mean? Women have been running hip hop for the longest time.
Right.
For the longest time. The rappers you see, they've got female publicists, female managers. The productions we see on TV, the set managers are females, the organizers are females, the events are run by women.
So they're not getting their props, they're not getting their shout outs, they're not getting celebrated is the conversation, I think, also.
So is the conversation the fact that we're not getting enough recognition as opposed to us actually owning our space? You know, because I think that also becomes a thing. As women, sometimes it could be a thing of us being okay with not being seen, or being okay with contributing and going home and going to sleep knowing that we've done something, as opposed to guys who are always like, yeah, I'm the king of Joburg, you know? As women, we're just like more nurturing. Like, a mother wants to make sure that everybody's fed at home, everybody sleeps okay, and then she goes to sleep. She doesn't want to go to the door and collect 200 because of the stuff she's already supposed to be doing. I don't know if I'm making sense. You know what I'm getting? So it's her role to be that person. She doesn't need to be like, yes, see me, I'm here.
I'm the mother.
Yeah, so I think the conversation of women not being recognized is important, but also the conversation of women owning their space in the game too, you know. So that's why I started feeling it this time. I'm like, okay, so this female thing in the industry is like, it's serious. And it's like everyone is so, women, like, I've always focused on the works of my hands. I've always said that you don't have to know what I look like. You don't even have to know me. You will know my name and you will know the works of my hands. So that's why I've never been so deeply involved in the women conversation, because does it really matter?
Right.
You know?
We're rappers, we're MCs,
we're rappers, we're working,
DJs,
we're pushing, you know, like
we're publicists, we're managers.
Think about it like running, you know. If we're running, they can't say run slower because loot is behind us. You know, we're all running, mama. If you left behind, you left behind.
That's
girl
right.
or boy.
That's right.
You know?
That's right. So you speak about how you never really thought about the fact that you were female when you started dancing, getting yourself involved in hip hop, and so one day you realize that the men around you actually don't like you. And what did that change? How did that have an effect on you? Did it, I mean, it can't not, you can be a thug about it and be like, yeah, I don't care. But at some point, because now you're aware of the fact that somebody doesn't like you, you start hearing the things that they say to you, you start seeing their actions, and you realize, actually, oh, okay, I don't know if I actually even want to be in this space. I know I can ignore it, but this is very uncomfortable. Or as a woman, as we generally do, it's uncomfortable, but you'll sit in it anyway. You'll sit, you'll do it. You're gonna dance. You just ignore that. You won't. Maybe you might fight back. Maybe you won't. But what effect did it have on you? Because you're obviously much younger, and you're still trying to figure yourself out and who you are and where you stand and what you like and what you don't like. And so when you're aware that there's a group of people that don't like you just because you're female, that kind of messes with you.
That's a tricky one. That's a good question because I have to think about it.
I was like, yo, this
Luke,
question
I've never
also,
had
it was
anybody
like,
ask me a question that I have to think about.
Yes!
Miguel!
I will. I'm done. 2018, we're out.
Done. You know, when I think about it, again, I think I've spent a lot of my time in the entertainment industry so oblivious. I won't lie. Firstly, I think it might be owed to the fact that I've had my own personal struggles. So I never really paid attention to, like, what's happening here and there and there. One of the things that I do know that I've done a lot and that kept me surviving in the game is fading into the background.
Right.
So I was more than okay coming into a room, not being seen, not being known. It doesn't matter. As long as I'm here to do my job, I do my job, I'm done, I'm going home. It doesn't matter. I don't have to be seen or whatever.
True, that's heavy.
You know?
Not wanting to be seen is very heavy.
Yeah, it's just one of those things. You know how the industry is, Loots? Like, if you're not Loots, then the person next to Loot doesn't matter, you know? And it's a recurring thing where you're either going to be like, hi, can you see me standing next to Loot, or you're going to carry on with your life.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? So for me, like I said, work was always my defense mechanism and my surviving mode. Everything I did was because I wanted to do what I wanted to do, and I had to do what I had to do, and I'm going where I'm going. And whether whoever sees me or doesn't see me, that cannot derail me, you know? But now when people don't like me, not because I'm a woman, but just generally because, one, I either make them uncomfortable, or two, I intimidate them, or three, for whatever reason, or maybe I told them a truth they didn't want to hear. No, that happens a lot.
The truth is a very hard thing.
Yeah,
to
you know.
acknowledge and accept. And
and you have to accept that, okay, you're going to be that guy. That she's a hater, but okay,
Yeah,
let's leave it. You
I
know,
know that.
let's leave
Yeah.
it.
You don't like so and so.
Yeah, you know.
Okay.
So you walk by. You know, I just walk by. I walk by. Like we all have so many issues that we're dealing with, and I think I'm really enjoying what's happening in the industry in 2018, where artists are either getting realer or they're shying away. And if they're shying away, it begs the question, where are they? What are they doing? It's because they're dealing with life and they're dealing with issues and they don't want to deal with it in the open.
Yeah.
And then you get guys that deal with it in the open through the music, whatever. That for me is beautiful because it's a testament of the fact that we can't carry on living like, you know, like life is golden all the time. And more importantly, we're so responsible for the messages we put out there, whether we like it or not.
Yeah.
You know, there's somebody out there in Ramarishani who's tuned into the TV, and the message you are preaching is gospel to them.
Right.
You know, so personal issues for me have always kept me from really giving a damn about what people say or think about me. You know, as long as I show up and I do my job and I leave, I don't care.
I like that.
Honestly, like I don't care. Giving a damn about what people think. I get it. You won't get through your work. You won't get where you need to be, and most importantly, you won't even get to a point of appreciating yourself. Because imagine if there were 3 people in the room, all don't like you for different reasons. What must you do now?
I don't care.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Whatever.
Now
like,
you must.
I think that's also my problem. I'm just like, okay,
No,
like
girl,
that's cool.
keep
I ain't
moving.
gonna like you too. Like I'll keep away from. In fact, I won't even greet you. It's alright. Let's keep moving. Have you ever? Do you remember moments of feeling absolutely loved and adored and celebrated by hip hop?
I'm gonna be I want to think about it. I don't want to say no.
I'm here for it.
I must be careful
about it.
Yeah, I must be careful. Yo, I said, be like, come on, priestess. Sure. Yes and no.
Okay. Why not? And then we'll get into the yes.
Not is because I feel like I've always been present in a lot of people's lives and contributed, and I'm that person that's always asking, Loot, what's happening? Do you have a song? Okay, let me push it, let me take it to my, community radio station connects. That's me, always running. Okay, what's happening? What do you need? Okay, let me tweet about it. Let me find someone. Let me ask someone. That's me. I'm naturally like that, and I always do that. And I've been doing that for the past 10 years for a lot of people. And I don't do it for people to say, oh, thank you so much, I appreciate you. But when you've been that person for the past 10 years, and you're still, you're still either or. It's just like, that's when you feel like, oh, okay. That's why I'm saying my work is my defense. Yeah. Whether you say yes or not, it's irrelevant.
Yeah. But it's good to be appreciated.
Exactly.
And acknowledged. So you don't have to give me the world, but a little shout out to you. I see you.
I've been thinking about it lately with the passing of Pro and how the music community is starting to have conversations of coming together. I've started seeing that my greatest love or joy comes from the OGs, Like my heroes love me, and I've been thinking about it like this past month, like guys, some of these people are like my heroes and they see me, and like it's so dope. So yes and no in terms of people you get people that are like, someone would tweet or say, Spokenpriestess saved my life or helped my career. Like, who's that? What does she do? Like, is she famous? Like, wait, I have to be famous?
Right.
To help someone's career?
Right.
Like, what's going on?
Right.
That kind of vibe. But again, naturally, I think also SA hip-hop fans catch on slow. And they also catch on to what is fed to them, Granted, you can't expect everyone to understand everything, You get scholars that know. Those who know, I think for me, one moment was when I was nominated for the South African Hip Hop Awards for King of GP.
Right. Sheesh.
I was just like, yeah, and I'm a girl. I'm like, yes, with the voices, let's go. That was fun. That was really dope. Again, it's here and there. The OGs, they're always like, you're the one. And for me, I'm happy with that. I'm just like, first of all, I work for a guy that
is the game.
Like, this guy was in my music book. him and 6 other guys next to him and another lady. You know, I had a picture of Squatter Camp.
How old were you when you had a music in high school? You had a
yeah,
music book?
I had a music book
in high school.
Yes, although it was the primary school. When did Landela come out? Yeah, it was high school, early high school, grade 8, 9. Yes.
I left my music book in primary school.
No, guys, I had to learn those lyrics. They were not English. It's not easy.
Rewind,
with English, exactly. With English, we can lie, but that song wasn't Zulu. You know, I had to, you know.
Oh no, babes, I'm humming all the way through. It's okay.
I know, I had to know that song. That's my anthem. You know, like it's sick. It's crazy. So I work for someone that's my hero.
Right.
I walk around people that are my heroes. They love me. I love them. Now we're like peoples. Like, can you imagine a whole village child walking amongst her heroes?
That's dope.
And she's an equal, and even on a pedestal to some of them.
Right.
I'm good. I don't need props from anybody. You know. So yeah, yes and no. So that's my answer.
So you've been in the game for 10 years. You've watched hip hop grow. There's so much of it right now. There's so many artists. There's so many different ways to be a rapper. I mean, you could be Shoma Josie. You could be so many different people. Do you know what I mean? Like people even, I think, even still get confused about that. Shoma Josie's a rapper because she's on beats or her wave is just completely different. So you've watched it grow into this beautiful, I don't even know what to call it.
Pot.
Yes, a flower pot. It's a very complicated flower pot. Yeah. Maybe with thorns or something.
Yeah, also.
And do you like where hip hop is right now? Is this what you imagined when you were writing pieces and talking about it 10 years ago, or is it bigger and better?
I like what's happening right now. I love it. It's fun, it's exciting, it's challenging, and I think it's a reflection of life itself. I think sometimes as hip-hop, we get so stuck in our ways that we see things the way we have to see them, and
it should be like this.
Why
can't you freestyle?
Guys,
that's my...
you know, guys, Lauryn Hill is gone, you know, Eminem is gone, like...
I mean, he just dropped, but
no, I mean, like,
know,
I mean that
yes,
time,
yeah.
like, people need to get out of that. You know, every music genre has its eras. You know, you had the joyous celebrations when they had the hymns that your grandmothers were singing in church, and now they're on Joyous Celebration 22 and they're composing their new music. Right. I mean, that's the advancement there. You know, jazz as well. Like, things have changed in the slightest of ways. So why do you expect kids who are 18 or 16 to be rapping like freaking Black Thought in 2018 in the digital era?
They're born in 2000. they only landed
when I was
in 2000.
born, I had to catch up on the golden era. How do you expect someone who was born yesterday to like backtrack to? Guys, relax.
It's too much.
You know, and I won't lie, I'm a hardcore. Yeah, this is weird because now I'm dividing hip hop. Yeah, I'm a hardcore hip hop fan. Yeah, I love the lyrics. I won't lie. Like, I've learned that about myself because I'd be listening to songs and I'm like, this is nice, and then I listen to another song and I'm like, yes, child. You know, so the reaction is different, but I love it. I love it. I love seeing, you know, some of the OGs get mad, and then I love some of the kids just like, you know, throwing tantrums. I love it all because I have the best view. I sit here and I'm just like. It's like watching TV. It's just like, okay. You know, I feel like I'm not within sometimes, and I think that's the best view to have, where you just literally watch and see and observe and you grow, and I love it. I love where hip hop is right now. For me, my biggest thing with SA hip hop in general, actually particularly with the upcoming kids, because that's really where my interest is, like upcoming artists. I really find myself gravitating towards those kind of things. Is education, like music education, the business of music, the longevity of music. Yeah, you know, and I think sometimes we forget that. You're like, Nastis is doing it. Even me, I'm gonna drop out and do it because he did it. Yeah, kiddo, but like, do you know about royalties? Yeah. Do you know the income streams of your music? Do you know, how you can leverage and stretch your song beyond click my link and retweet me so that I can get a record deal? Honey, you're not going to get a record deal from a retweet, okay?
Right.
So those are the kind of things that for me worry me in terms of the future. I love it. I love the colorfulness. I love that everybody's expressing themselves. It's concerning that everybody thinks they can wake up and start rapping, but the business, the longevity, that's my biggest concern, really. But other than that, I win, guys. If the music is good, let's go.
Broadcast live